Drini versus Mr. Football 88 Madden Bowls semifinal matchup, final four matchup for these two guys in this one. Coming into this matchup, Mr. Football 88, kind of dubbed Mr. Consistency, always getting to, late, pretty decent runs in MCS, but only having one belt, I believe, to show for it. And this is, I believe, the best he's done in Madden Bowl up to this point. He actually took down Henry, which we broke down on the channel. And then Drini, kind of another really consistent player year in and year out, hasn't had the MCS success up to his standard really since I want to say it was like Madden 18, Madden 19, Madden 17 was really when Drini was dominating. Madden 20 had a pretty good run in that tournament, a couple tournaments there, and then Madden 21 he had a crazy run. I remember in a couple of I want to say it was like draft champs tournaments or something like that, or regs tournaments. But anywho, Drini comes into this, the probable favorite in this matchup, but both of these guys have kind of had just, not up to like the highest standard, but still consummate professionals, always kind of right up there. And this year, Mr. Football 88, took Henry down in a crazy game. And I believe Drini actually in the last game took down Dez in another wild game. So anyway, excited to get into this one. A lot can be learned from what both of these guys are going to be doing on the offensive side of the ball and on the defensive side of the ball. All right, so coming into this game, Drini here is going to get ball first. He is in the Pittsburgh Steelers offensive playbook. He's going to be running a lot of tight doubles. I'm going to talk a lot about his combos here and just kind of break this down. Mr. Football 88 comes out here in kind of a little bit of a different defense. He ran double mug against Henry. Here it looks like he's running either some type of dime or maybe single mug, but I want to say this is dime single mug, but I could be wrong. I'm guessing at the specific formation, but it's not something we normally see. So be interesting to see if 88 decides to stay with that defense, go back to the double mug. He's been in double mug most of the year. Defensively, been in dollar some as well. So that'll be fascinating to watch. Then also take a look at some of the things that Drini can do offensively as well. And it does look like 88's going to stay in this again. Just some type of dime. I think it could be a nickel single mug as well, but I think it's dime single mug. I'm just kind of guessing. But anyway, Drini is definitely in tight double. So a couple routes you need to be aware of the tight doubles. You're going to have this really, really good corner route and flat route combination. So he has to play curl. It's got like a short corner route here. This flat route and really any flat route on tight doubles gets really good animations. Drini throws a lot of flats in this offense. Another route that he has in his bag here is he is going to have this like kind of cross flat route with a short post that you got to kind of watch out for. This is another combo that you're going to see. And then another one that he really likes is just a simple like drag with like a crosser, typically a clear out of some type and a wheel, but a lot of high-low concepts for Drini offensively. And again, he's in the Pittsburgh Steelers offensive playbook. Looks like 88 going for a little Tom stunt there. And Drini going to go to a quick tight end drag. Haven't really seen him run this combo, but I do like this one. I believe this is, as you see here, this is kind of again, similar concept. He didn't run this a lot, but this is a very, very good, just simple high-low read. You're going to have this crosser as kind of the high read. Your drag is like a quick read. Your Texas is kind of your low read in the middle. It's basically the read between the crosser and the Texas. And then these are just kind of a quick concept that he can get to within this. As you see here, he sees this yellow back up to go to the crosser. And so he's just going to throw right underneath of it. Really nice job creating multiple high-low reads within one play. So as you see there, he has to play curl. He's also got a quick base and a draw in here out of tight doubles. And pretty much Drini is going to stay in tight doubles the majority of the game. When he gets in the red zone, you'll see him probably go to a little bit of a trips tight end look. But this base is a pretty good run, pretty difficult to consistently defend. So as you see there, him getting up for a couple of yards. See if he goes to the motion cross sneak play. Out here, you see they get a little bit of a nuanced look here. And you see you've got this little running back sneak route. That is been one of the best routes in the game this year. And you're going to see this high level high-low read on the right side, and you're going to get a nice dot here. Now, one of the things I wanted to highlight about what 88 is doing coverage-wise here, let's kind of take a look at here what we see. But basically here, we're getting kind of a Tampa 3 type of coverage with 2 hard flats. But because this is a slot fade, you're still going to get that pull on that outside third defender. And so, 88 not able to switch stick to the corner route. And Mr. Sketch is going to be able to scamper up across midfield to about the 32-yard line. 88 is going to run a lot of cover 3 cloud. You can learn a lot from these guys by just watching some of the core coverages that they're going to run. And then also the switch stick is obviously the biggest thing here. There you see a little bit of, again, a Tom stunt. And 88 is pretty much Tom stunning every single play. I wanted to highlight this combo. This is actually a pretty nice combo from Drini. Normally what he does is his running back is to the short side of the field. In this case, the running back's to the wide side of the field. And he's actually going to get into this little like streak, slot fade, post, and then drag with a running back streak late in the play. And you're going to see right here, there's that post. And you see 88 switching all of this over in this area. And it's a nice job getting to kind of your alternate read to get to the ball to the running back. 88 right on time to be able to cause a KO there. If he was like a half second late, that's probably a catch. And that's going to bring up a second down and 10. All right, so here, spreading the D-line, kind of looking to maybe do like a Texas stunt or just a send 3. And you see, again, those quick flats. Want to highlight the combo that you're going to get here. You're just going to get real simple, man. I mean, 2 drags, what looks like maybe a post over the top there, but really just taking advantage of those quick flats, forcing 88 to have to play the shaded down hard flats to be able to play, those kind of routes. Going to have a 3rd and 2 on the 24-yard line. Curious to see what he goes to in this situation. See what defense is going to dial up as well. Probably a pretty clean run shoot for 88 if he hovers behind this D tackle. That's why you're going to see that hover right there. Here you're going to see this. This is that kind of post I was talking about. Drini actually stems this down, so it's like a slant. And then basically this is effectively kind of a PA snag type of combo. You're going to see right here that this guy is going to get across in this little pocket, creating a high-low read really over in this area. And then on the back end, you're going to have a high-low read between the drag and the curl over the top. We'll see if Drini motions out. Sometimes he will in this look. Actually going to tweak it up slightly, go to the slot fade here, and he's going to be able to get a touchdown on this. So what Drini picks up on here, and I wanted to highlight, this is kind of one of the core coverages of competitive Madden you want to be aware of. It is cover 3 cloud. You're going to see right here that, 88 just sends 4, right? But then the other thing that he does is you're going to get outside third, you're going to get middle third, outside third here, and then he's actually got a hard flat, a shaded down hook in his user. So as this play kind of develops, right, this guy is put into significant amount of conflict with this streak slot fade combination here. And so what's going to happen is, this guy can't basically be right. He sees 88 switch here, and so he's able to just free form outside and be able to take the slot fade for a touchdown over the top. If you guys are enjoying this breakdown, I'd encourage you to join our school community. It's only $10. Link is in the description down below. You're going to be able to get access to all of my offensive and defensive ebooks for both Madden and for college football. So if you're looking to get better at football video games, I'd encourage you to sign up for our school membership today. Again, it's only $10 to get signed up, and you get access to every piece of information that you need to win more games in either Madden or college football. All right, so 88 is going to get his first possession of the game. As far as playbooks go, I think 88 was in Chiefs earlier this year, but I think in this tournament, he is probably going to be in Jags, if I had to guess. I'm trying to remember for sure what playbook he was in for this event, but I'm pretty sure that it is Jags. So we'll kind of monitor what that's going to happen. Also, I'll tell you what, the reason you watch Drini is for defense. You want to see some good defensive Madden, Drini is going to play the best defense. He probably had the best defense in this tournament. And guess what? He's in dollar. Now, what's really interesting about this real quick, just kind of wanted to highlight a shift for Drini. Drini came to the tournament in 1-4-6 primarily out of the Vikings defensive playbook. Or 2-3-6, but it was one of those two. He he has this really close game versus Dez where he really struggles defensively. And he jumps into dollar on day 2 in the semifinal against 88 and later on. So he's going to jump into dollar and he is going to start playing really, really good defense. We'll be curious to see kind of what he does, but effectively the main thing of dollar is you're going to get this looping A-gap pressure here. And then if there's a run threat, like let's say that 88 audibles to a run, often that blitz angle will change, and then you'll have like a tell where you can shoot the run or the RPO. Now, like 88, the main coverage that Drini wants to call, okay? The main coverage that he wants to call typically is going to be a cover 3 cloud, just like 88, except normally Drini is going to have a cloud, a hook, not a hard flat. He'll normally have a cloud flat here, and then the user might be on a hook, and this guy might be even on a purple. Drini's core strategy is to play bend but don't break defense that forces you to have to drive up the field every single time. He's not going to make a lot of mistakes. You should not see Drini give up a lot of one-play touchdowns, which is a big piece of his defense. Now, Dollar has this really good run shoot where you can kind of shoot behind this this D tackle. If he runs like duo, you can shoot this pretty easily. But what you're going to see 88 do is he's actually going to go to halfback draw. The reason being is because the run shoot is a lot different for halfback draw. It's harder to shoot. So you're going to see halfback draw, and he's able to get positive yards on the ground on his first play, and he gets up to about the 47-yard line. Now, in this event, the kickers were so good, you could kick a field goal from midfield. Like, literally, 88 is, like, basically in field goal range right now. Just kind of highlights the core of the deal. As you see him go to doubles flex here, he's going to go to this nice PA snag setup. We haven't seen this ran a ton, but this is a really, really, really good setup. This was really popular in the beginning of the year, and it still is really, really, really good. You got that double, you've got that fade. Now, why does he call this? Really, really briefly, want to spend just a minute on that. Why does 88 call this coverage? Because generally, when you play doubles flex, you're going to go curl flat, middle third, or outside third, middle third, outside third, cloud, hook. And then your user would be on a hook as well. So what he's looking to do is he's looking to put this defender in a ton of conflict if Drini goes to that coverage. If not, then let's say you get like cover 3 buzz or something like this. Now you're going to put this safety in conflict between the drag and the post. So, really just kind of highlighting the safeties here. And as you see from Drini, look, you're going to get that cover 3 buzz. As you see, you get cover 3, and then you're going to get that cover 3 buzz with the flats underneath. And so really the post is going to open up, but as you see here, you're going to get this really quick pressure from this defensive tackle, which I wanted to highlight. If you guys want to know why Dollar's good, you're going to see right here, Drini, this is really cool what he does. He kind of like runs in with his user, and then he kind of like glitches out, and the D tackle just glitches through the center. It's kind of been a thing all year in Dollar. It doesn't happen every play, but the plays that it does happen, it's obviously amazing, and you're going to get really, really, really nice pressure. So getting that defensive or getting that user right over the top of the defensive tackle and then kind of like left triggering out of there can sometimes trigger some really glitchy pressure with the defensive tackle. Now, as you see here, 88 is going to go to a bomb concept out of this bunch tight end weak. He's able to do kind of a flip slot fade with this inside guy because he's on an auto motion. And then, really the read here is he's looking here, and then he's going to kind of work back down to here. The running back's really just kind of clearing space. So anyway, so you see, look how Drini is getting right over the top of the D tackle. Like, what we've seen all year is you've actually seen people typically stand to the side. Drini is hovering right over the top of him. And again, that's going to give him a better chance at this pressure. So here he kind of resets his stuff, tries to get back there again. Does not get that disengage pressure, but again, I want to just highlight the coverage here. You're getting that cover 3 buzz. As you see, you're getting cover 3 buzz here. It would be likely that Drini might have his flats set to 10. If you guys didn't know, putting your flats on 10 is a really good zone drop to have, really for just this kind of bend but don't break style defensive approach. He could also be stemming his zone drops, or he could just be playing hard flats or whatever. So there you're going to see a little RPO, good switch stick by Drini to be able to kind of snap out there and go take that away. And now we're going to get a 2nd down and 13 from the 46-yard line. So in this situation, Mr. Football 88 is going to go to the bunch tight end weak. He's going to go back to that kind of flip slot fade combo. So why is he going to this over and over again is really always a good question, because Drini's coverage is he's putting this guy on a middle third. He's putting this guy on outside third. So 88 knows that this corner route is going to be guarded by this guy. He's going to go this way. And then what he's banking on is that this guy is going to get put in conflict and he's going to go to the streak. And then what that would do is it would leave this guy wide open in this space right here. And then if Drini, let's say Drini users this guy, well, now your running back streak oftentimes will be able to get open in this right side space. So, 88's calling cover 3 beater because Drini's running cover 3 defense. Okay. So now he's going to do a little motion out of the running back here, trying to give him an additional check down, it looks like here. Kind of an odd play call. But what you're going to see here is, look, you're going to get third, you're going to get buzz, third. Drini switches onto this guy to run him into position to guard this seam streak right here. So as you can kind of see, he's kind of guarding there. Drini switches back now to take this away, and then 88 has to take his underneath check down, which he is going to do. So you kind of can see like really high-level switch stick play from Drini, switching onto the third and then switching back to the hook to take the cover 3 beater away, and then good read progression from 88 to just get to that low read because the high read is taken away in that case. Now 88's going to go to Y off trio close. It's one of the most popular formations this year. It was really, really, really popular in the beginning of the year, and then kind of slowly as the game progressed, died off a little bit. But here he's actually going to check back into bunch nasty. Again, he's calling another cover 3 beater because Drini has called cover 3 buzz at least 4 of the 5 or 6 plays of this drive so far. So we'll see what Drini's going to call here. And as you see, this is Drini's coverage. Now, why does Drini, I really want to highlight this. You're in a 3rd and 9 situation. You're going to see Drini call a specific coverage. Why does he change it up? Because he had been doing this little shaded down double flat here. What he does is he goes to cover 3 cloud, but he also clouds. It's not a hard flat. It's a cloud flat over here. I believe it's a curl flat over here. Why does he do that? That's great situational awareness by Drini. He basically says 3rd and 9, I want to try to get you on a 4th down. That's what his coverage effectively is going to say. So what his coverage is real quick is you're going to get third, outside third, cloud flat to take away any corner route to the right, and then a curl flat more than likely to take out any corner route to the left side, but he would have given up a flat to the running back. But as you see here, 88 doesn't call that. 88 calls this motion HB choice, and really the only player that he can realistically throw the ball to is probably this post to this fade, because this angle route is going to get guarded by this hook, as you see right there. So kind of watch how this goes. As you see how Drini's switching here. This is taken away here. The throw is going to be here more than likely. So let's see how Drini switches it. As you see, he switches here. 88 throws to a very covered receiver, but we still play Madden 26 in case you guys are wondering. And it was advertised as no eyes, no pick. Sometimes you can have eyes and still not get a pick. So Drini not able to get the stop, not able to get the field, but you kind of see like the schematics of the defense here. That cover 3 buzz is kind of that. Those are 2 like pillar coverages for Drini. The cover 3 cloud over the bunch side, and then the cover 3 buzz where he's switch sticking onto the middle third and then switching back underneath of the defense and kind of like being able to use multiple players at once. So goes to a little RPO here, 2nd and 8. That RPO did not do a whole lot, but that is the really good RPO at a bunch tight end week. That's something that you have to be worried about. That's why this Jags playbook is so good. You just have a really good bunch X nasty. You can audible around to a lot of different things as well that are just problems to have to handle. And you're going to see right here, Drini's going to get good pressure. Let's go ahead and take a look at what he does. One of the other things that Drini's doing is he's not actually calling the crossfire blitz. He's actually just calling a send 4 like this. Now, why does he send 4 if he's not really trying to get blitz pressure? Because in this game, the most important thing is to get one-on-ones on the D-line. As you see here, you're going to get a one-on-one on both the ends. They're going to be able to shed. As far as coverage goes, guess what coverage he's in? It's 2nd and 8. Third, hook, third. This looks like a 10-yard flat. Looks like a 10-yard flat to me. Could have been a curl flat. Could have been a stemmed zone drop, whatever. But the bottom line is those flats are not super low. They're playing kind of mid-pointy. And you see there, it gets good pressure. And now you got him in a 3rd and 11. Now, if I was a betting man, I would say right here, Drini is going to call cover 3 cloud. He's going to call that rotation over the top to try to make sure that Mr. Football 88 has to kind of check it down. And really, Drini's goal here is to try to get you on like a 4th and 4, a 4th and 3, a situation where, you know, anytime you get somebody on a 4th down in these games, you have a really good opportunity to get a stop. 88 goes to wild trio close. This is kind of a new thing that you're seeing in this event. I wanted to highlight it real quick. You're going to see right here that he's going to go to wild trio close, empty motion flood trail. So what that does is it has this running back on an auto motion. He's going to put him here, but he's actually on an auto motion to go out on a trail route. So what you're going to see, watch when 88 let's see if he insta hot routes the running back. He does not. He's just going to cook up a 5-wide combo. Really, really nice little underrated thing out of wild trio close that you could do is you kind of could get into this hidden 5-wide type of set that give you some other opportunities. One of the things that was also really cool about this event, the majority of people in the event, with the exception of like Drini and Henry, they ran kind of a tour. They audibled around significantly, audibled around a lot. That's also why I believe Dollar is the best defense, because Dollar is a symmetrical defense. And if somebody audibles, you don't have to flip anything. You can just kind of adjust your defense from there. So anyway, what you're going to see here from Drini is he's actually going to go to a new coverage that we haven't seen that I did want to break down. And he does exactly what he wants to do. As you see here, he gets him on a 4th and 3. So I want to back this up and just highlight the coverage that he's going to run here. Because this is the Skimbo Tampa 3. Skimbo kind of made this defense famous last year in Madden. He ran this pretty much every single play. But effectively what it is you're going to get right here. He's actually going to just send 3. And then he's going to have outside third or deep half. It could kind of be either this year, but could be probably an outside third, just looking at how they kind of really fanned out there. But basically 2 outside thirds. The user is going to be on a deep blue. And then you're going to have a hook here, and then whatever this dude right here is doing. I think he's manned up. So in this case here, Drini decided he was going to man up this guy on this guy. Why? Probably to take this throw away that 88 is going to. Again, if you guys don't know, this is what Drini threw the touchdown on last drive. Streak, short side slot fade. Going to do a really good job because the third or the deep half has to kind of respect the streak, and then this is throwable on the sideline. So what Drini does here is he mans it up. He mans up the guy that's going to be on the slot fade. As you see, 88 probably looking to throw this right here, but he can't because it's manned up. You're going to get hook, probably just set him to the sticks, I would think. He could just be playing default clouds and hooks as well, because default clouds and hooks default hook curl is going to go about 10 yards. Default cloud flats are going to go about 10 to 15, maybe 20, depending on the routes on the field. But as you see right here, he does a really, really good job of taking everything away. 88 doesn't like what he wants to do. And so he's going to just try to get out of there with Milrow and try to go make something happen. Gets horizontal, and he's going to get into a 4th and 3. So if you're taking notes on this game, you saw on the first drive 3 core coverages of Drini's Dollar defense that you can apply to your defense that have been core coverages for Dollar for a long time. The Tampa 3, the cover 3 buzz with the flats, and then the cover 3 cloud rotation. And you could rotate it either direction. So really right there, you got 4 coverages really just from one drive alone that are going to literally win you more games immediately if you start using them. So here, 4th and 3 situation. Mr. Football 88, kind of curious to see what Drini decides to do. I think he kind of goes cover 2, and he's going to get a stop on his first drive. This is actually amazing for Drini and pretty bad for 88. I didn't love the combination that 88 went with here. The main reason why I didn't love this combination is so why would 88 run this is also important. So what he does is he runs a corner and then he runs that slot fade again, right? What's 88 anticipating that Drini's going to do? Because Drini's done this a lot this drive. He's done this. He's taken this guy right here, and he's put him in a low hook, a 5-yard hook or a shaded down hook curl. So what 88's expecting is for him to dive down, for this guy to get pulled to the corner, and then for this guy to play the flat. So if all that occurred the way 88 thought, this would be a wide open touchdown, right? But it is kind of like a, targeting a very specific coverage. The double drags here, you got to think somebody's going to have 5-yard hooks, 5-yard flats. I'm really surprised he didn't want to go with like a corner route of some type, mainly just because Drini is going to call cover 2 here. And I want to highlight the actual adjustments that you'll see here. So as you can see, Drini doesn't send 2. This is a huge tip if you want to send 2. A lot of people like to send 2 at $1, and what they do is they spy this guy, and then they send these guys, and they never get any pressure. The reason why, you're going to get a double team here, you're going to get a double team here. What Drini does is he crashes his D-line to this side like this, and then he's going to get a double team on this guy, but this guy's going to get a one-on-one, and then he's going to spy this guy. Purpose of the spy, of course, is to kind of prevent the scramble. It's also going to play the low middle of the defense and be able to take away any kind of quick drag, which ironically on this play, 88 has 2 of. So then what you're going to get from a coverage, you're just getting a simple send 2 here. And then as you can see, you're going to get hook, 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 hard flat, like inside quarter or deep half, but probably inside quarter here. Like you're getting all this here. Looks like he did a little man up on the tight end on this right-hand side. But basically, that window that 88 was expecting to open up here, you're going to see right here. It's technically open, but it's not that open. You see Drini's users there, kind of muddy. The double streaks definitely didn't give him a lot of options. But the nice part about this is he does have a playmaker option. He can playmaker this guy up into the open space. So you see right there, playmaker up, throw right now, right on time. If he throws it on time, he is. But he's getting pressured, and it looks like, I don't know if he highballed it or what, but he basically just gets an overthrow. I would assume it's a highball, would be the main reason why that would occur. Or he free-formed it. Normally, you don't want to free-form anything unless you're doing man coverage free-forming streaks to one side. So it could be a small pass lead thing. It could be a highball thing. Regardless, he gets an overthrow, and Drini gets his first stop of the game. It's a big stop, and now we'll see what Drini's able to do on offense. And he's going to scramble, get about 3 yards here. Real quick, nice little combo here from Drini. Tight curl. All it is it's a drag. It's a table, little return, flat corner. Okay, so quick read here to the left side. Looking okay, 88's got that flat covered. So now the progression goes here, but Drini sees him switch here, so he can't really throw that, as you can see. So now the progression coming backside. Drini's going to, good job by 88, switching onto the hook, and then the low hook return getting taken. And so Drini's going to do a nice job of just being patient, scrambling, and taking what the defense gives him, even if it's only for, 3 yards. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 7, and Drini's going to go ahead and try to get this game to the second quarter. He's just going to chew this out and get it to the second quarter. Now, we are in a really interesting position because 88 does get ball at half. If you're going to get stopped in a game, if you're 88, getting stopped on the first drive from a mathematic perspective is not the end of the world because he gets the ball at the end of half. So what could happen, very likely could happen right here, is Drini could go down, score a field goal or something. And you'll see right there, 88 says, you know what, let's get back in double mug, where he's going to send some nice pressure out of this defense. And 88 was really good in double mug in this tournament. I felt like he had one of the better double mugs at the dance, and he's able to get a lot of pressure. He's able to do some really nice stuff with his disguise. So curious to see if he stays in, this one. But 3rd and 1 from the 23-yard line here. And Drini going to flip into a wide side with the running back here. And he's going to go to a little corner route on the right side. Nice job beating man coverage. If you guys didn't know, these stem down corner routes. But really the biggest thing is, at this point of the year, you're able to get slot-o-matic on your receivers, short and elite on a lot of your receivers. It's going to really increase the likelihood that they are able to beat man coverage. Now, notice Drini is chewing the clock here. Not 100% sure if it's. It could very well be that he's trying to make this the last drive of the half. Like knowing Drini, knowing how Drini plays, he's going to really try to lean on his defense. He already got a stop. You're not in a really good position to, give the 88 the ball back with a lot of time. So he's trying to already kind of in the half here, but ends up getting stopped there. 3rd and 9. It's a big loss of yardage there. The broken tackle actually significantly hurt him. You see Drini's eyes go to the ceiling. And that's going to be a 3rd and 9 from the 42-yard line. 3 minutes, 34 seconds left. This is not necessarily an impossible clock. He certainly can do this clock. We'll see, but he's going to need a first down here. It's a big dot for him. Kind of a big situational play call. He's going to run this. Now, I want to just highlight the combo. It's double drags with a clear out streak, a post, and a Texas route. I want to highlight why he runs this because he actually ran this a lot. The main reason why is because he knows in his head that 88 in this situation is probably going to go to a man coverage look. So the running back Texas route is mainly for man coverage normally here. As you see, 88 is going to show pressure off the left side. And so what you're going to get here is a motion out to kind of help some spacing, but it's basically this. Actually, it looks like Drini's going to put him on a little button hook or leave him on that little curl for a zone situation. But ends up being a delay a game. That's a big delay a game. It's a big delay a game because now you're 3rd and 14. You lose 5 yards just because you were kind of indecisive, didn't know what to do. And now 88's in a really, really good spot here because if 88 can get off the field, if he can get a stop, or if he can even force Drini to have to score quickly, he gives himself a chance to kind of recover from the sack or from the first down stop. Kind of an odd little combo here. I think he's going to change it up. Yep, this was a combo. Drini ran this. This was Drini's money combo for this event. Ran this a lot. This was cross wheels. So it has this really unique running back wheel. That's why he's calling the play. So what he's able to do is he stems down the post. He's got a slot fade here, and then he's got a drag underneath. So you got a high read, a low read, and then an alternate read over here or an outlet receiver. So what you're going to see does look like, as you see here, notice 88 actually went to a heavy zone look. He was going to blitz him. Now he goes to a zone look. And as you see all this kind of backed off stuff, he's going to be able to throw this wheel, and he's on a 4th and 5. Now, more than likely, 88 is probably fine with that. Just get him to a 4th down. He is able to do that. Notice that Drini's going to actually call the play he was going to call last time, but didn't call because of the delay of game. So as you see here, this is the exact play that he was going to call before the delay of game. The main read here is going to be this post. It's kind of messing up with those little motion snaps here, but this main read is the post. Now, because this guy did not follow him across, more than likely it means zone coverage, at least on that side. And no, it kind of ends up being like a match-ish type coverage here. Yeah, kind of a match coverage. The user drives on this Texas or the drag. Therefore, the Texas. Drini does end up putting this guy on a drag, by the way. But Drini's rolling away from it. You see the Texas route upfield. It's a really nice dot, a big spot, big situation. Drini able to get just enough time to the side and able to go backside with that. Again, I think 88 ran match there, but I'm not 100% sure. I was just surprised that the guy didn't follow him across the field on a motion snap. Normally they will do that if it's man coverage. So that tells me it was probably some type of match. Drini going to run the ball, get the ball to the 2-minute warning. And now if you're Drini, your whole objective, take as much time as possible to score. Take as much time as possible to score here. 88's going to play really aggressive now. So he's going to blitz. You'll see he'll probably blitz every play. So if you're Drini, you got to be prepared for pressure. Okay, I guess. What do I know? He did not blitz there. I would think you would blitz every play there because you just want to, like if you're 88, you just want to get the ball back. Now, granted, 88 does get the ball at half, so he might be playing this a little more conservative because he knows he gets ball at half. But generally you just want to get the ball back right there. Like you see, he's already using his timeouts. Now, if you're Drini, best case scenario here would be for you to get a first down but not score. Then you would be able to really take the majority of the clock. I also want to highlight here, I know that we're pretty deep into the breakdown, but in terms of real time that has elapsed in the actual game, I wanted to highlight how fast this game has actually gone. Mr. Football's only had the ball once. Drini's only had the ball twice. And we're already pretty much towards the end of the second quarter. So it just kind of highlights, this clock management and how the game can really go fast, in these competitive tournament games. There you're going to see a little stretch here from Drini, and that's about as perfect as you could possibly ask for. You see Mr. Football 88's eyes go to the top of the ceiling there, letting you know that he's not thrilled that Drini was able to get a first down right there. And he's able to get a first down right there. Now you're in a position where what I would do if I was Drini is run the ball twice, then throw the ball once, and then potentially from there go for it on fourth or just take 3. But I would not want to give 88 any chance at a drive here. So you're going to see the quarterback sneak is kind of trying to kind of reach that goal. The other thing is, though, it's a little bit of a tough spot because Drini doesn't want to exactly lose yardage. So you can't just kneel it. He's choosing to kind of quarterback sneak it. He might go to fullback dive here. 7 seconds, 6 seconds, 5 seconds, all the way down. I'm surprised that 88 is trying to stop him. I guess because he doesn't need timeouts, he's trying to stop him. But 3rd and goal, and this is kind of ideal. You get all the way down here. Now you're 8 seconds, 7 seconds. You got about 50 seconds left. He's going to pitch it out, try to get out there with Mitchell. Doesn't, and that out of bounds is terrible. This is a major, major, major mistake by Drini. And this is how you let people back in the game. 3rd and goal from the 1. Remember kind of what I said. If you want to score a touchdown, if you're in a situation like this, you want to score, and you don't feel like you have a run, you could pass the ball right here. And then if you don't like it, you could just take a sack and kick your 3. What 88 decides, or what Drini decides to do is he's going to run strong toss. Why run strong toss here? Well, you have the threat of the QB sneak, but 88 showed he was going to stop it. Also, I want to highlight, where's 88's user at? He's not anywhere to be found, so you probably can sneak this. His user's not in a good position. Drini snaps the ball way too fast, by the way. 6 seconds left on the play clock. Why snap the ball at 6? You could have let Mr. Football bring his user here. If he brings his user here, it probably is a little better just in terms of blocking, but it might not be. But in general, you could have ran sneak more than likely and scored. Anyway, that's not even the biggest deal. You decide you're going to toss. Okay, cool. You get out here and you're going to try to speed burst to the pylon. As you see there, it doesn't work. He gets hit. And Drini's probably just hoping he goes down there. But this second tackle from Woolen is going to push him out of bounds. And that's going to be massive because now Mr. Football 88 gets 49 seconds. Now Drini's in a weird position because he's going to take a field goal. He kind of has to because he lost 5 yards. So he's going to take a field goal here. But more than likely, remember, you only have to get to the 50-yard line to take a field goal anyway. So more than likely, Mr. Football 88, he's going to go get a field goal just because of the clock. If Mr. Football 88 got the ball with 15 seconds as opposed to 46 seconds, those are significant differences in time. He can't really spike the ball is basically what it comes down to. Now, Mr. Football 88 can throw the ball anywhere in the field of play to try to get a potential field goal. So it's a massive, massive mistake. And at the same time, a little unfortunate, right? I think Drini ultimately thought he was getting tackled in mounts, but he ends up getting pushed out by the extra effort there. And also notice, by the way, Atwater was 88's user, and Atwater was not fully engaged with the line like Mr. Football 88 intended. And so Atwater was able to kind of run the play down from the behind. So always just kind of super important, these end of half scenarios. And it was a very minor, very, very minor mistake. We're talking milliseconds. Very minor mistake, but it's a pretty significant impact on the big picture of the game in terms of the possession battle that we're kind of seeing so far. All right, so let's talk about, kind of what 88 calls here, Drini's coverage shells, and kind of see what's happening here. You're seeing a lot of cover 4 here, but I mean he's already in field goal range, as you kind of see. I actually want to just quickly highlight the first play of the drive because he did get I think he did get a stop here. So again, notice his hover. I mean, he is right behind the D tackle. Very different hover than what we've normally seen from Dollar. So anyway, you're going to see here, right, rolled cover 3 cloud over this short side. Kind of looks like hooks underneath. And you're going to get a nice KO. That's Drini's kind of bend but don't break conservative shell. We got the cloud flats, the curl flats, the hooks are deep. He actually rolled the third to the short side, which is normally a little safer. Now you're going to get 2nd and 10. And Drini's going to do a check here, I believe. And it's hard to tell. Like, this has got to be a stemmed zone of some type. But it's hard to kind of tell what coverage he even runs here. I think it's cover 4. But yeah, I mean this zone did not, I don't know what this zone was supposed to do. It literally didn't guard anything. Everything's open, including the drag that's going to go right over the top of it. Look at that. That's technically probably throwable. But there's no flat defender. Good job by 88. It's some type of cover 4. It's not necessarily match. You see he does have a touchdown over top, but obviously late in the play. Doesn't probably see it. And he hits shocking, and he gets his field goal. Your biggest objective, by the way, if you're 88, is get the field goal. Biggest objective in that situation. Because he gets ball at a half, it really keeps him in this game. Like, this series of downs, like, really, really keeps 88 in the game. 27 seconds from the 45. And we'll see what he ends up going to. 2nd and 10. And going to go, okay, weird combo. Nope. All right, going to go back, flip it around. Flip 3 times. Okay, here we go. So 2 streaks. Okay. Probably trying to, like, man, if you drag this guy, if Drini calls match, it's a touchdown. Yeah, I mean, really just high-low here. If they call match coverage, this slot fake could be a touchdown. And then I don't know why the solo side streak, based on what, maybe if he's anticipating the safeties being in a cover 3, I don't know. So as you see here, cover 3, I guess that's what 88's looking for, because Drini likes to run this guy here. So maybe you could throw this in this little seam. But anyway, you see send 4. And, really nothing there. Again, notice how much Drini calls cover 3 cloud. Now, granted, it's with switch stick. It's with switch stick, but Drini's switch stick pattern is pretty straightforward. Like, he's going to switch stick on the third, run him into the middle of the field, and then he's going to get back on the hook most of the time. All right, 22 seconds here. Goes to this cover 3 beater. He's got a corner this time on the left. So drag. Got the running back on an out route, so he can throw the ball away if he gets pressured. Corner route, going to throw it, take it. 17 seconds from the 28. So nice safe throw there from 88. Real quick, let's see if we can peep the coverage. And you're kind of getting that. I think this was actually a match. Is it a match? No, I don't know for sure. It feels like this is a cover 3 cloud with an outside quarter here, because Drini was probably planning to switch stick onto him. But ultimately, it's a completion. All right, 17 seconds. What do you call here if you're 88 trying to get down the field? Obviously, a touchdown would be huge in this situation, but you don't want to risk throwing an interception because Drini's running a lot of cover 3 cloud. Ends up being just a little dump down to the back. High-low in the flat defender. Going to be about 14 seconds left. 2nd and 7 from the 25-yard line. Going to stem down the motion HB choice seam route and then flip it so the stem route is going to stay. And then he is going to put a slot fade on the back end here. Cover 3 cloud rotation from Drini. Does a nice job, and looks like 88's going to have one more play. Again, you're noticing 88 throwing the ball away. It gives him multiple plays. These are basically just in-zone shot plays from 88. So the running back on a flat is just so he can throw the ball away. As you see there, throw the ball away, and now you're going to get a 4th and 7, and 88's just going to take his field goal. He'll leave Drini with a couple of seconds left to do something. We'll see what they end up deciding to go with here. But this should be pretty automatic. He's taking a long time to kick this field goal. Really thinking about it. There we go. He makes it. So 3-10. Drini, 88 does get ball out of half. It's only like 3 seconds left, so I would assume just one run here. We'll see what Drini decides to do. But this should just be one run, more than likely. Try to speed burst or hard cut. And nothing doing. All right, so second half between Drini and 88. 88 does get the ball coming out of halftime. The first half was pretty much characterized by Drini's offense, or Drini's defensive stop, and then his clock management, and then one little mishap at the end that kind of left the door open for 88 to get 3 at the end of half. All right, so here we go. First down and 10 from the 20-yard line for Mr. Football 88. Going to go into Y off trio close here, and going to just run zero on trap, get the ball to a hash. Try to just get the ball to the right hash here. Drini going to play good run defense. Second down and 8 from the 22-yard line. Curious to kind of see how we go down the back end of this game. What adjustments does 88 really make from the first half? We didn't see a ton from him offensively. Pretty straightforward half there. Just kind of that one inaccurate pass. PA snag with a slot fade streak, trying to attack that cover 3 cloud. And almost gets a throw out of sack pick there. Drini stands up on him. But basically that kind of highlights like that cover 3 cloud's really good because you're also banking on the fact that you're going to get a little bit of a shed, before the clock runs out on the streak routes. 3rd and 8 situation here for Mr. Football 88. I would assume cover 3 cloud here from Drini. Nope, it's going to be cover 3 buzz. Notice hook, third. I bet these are 10-yard flats or just zone dropped a little back, and then you're going to get a send 4. And we should see, Mr. Football 88. This is why these 10-yard flats, if they are indeed 10 yards. Again, I don't know. I'm almost positive they are because you're kind of seeing like this guy kind of sitting right at 10. This guy's kind of midpointing. The 10-yard flats are really baity. It's hard to tell sometimes if they're guarding the drag or if they're guarding the corner. They also do a really good job because when you throw the drag, they really rally down on them. So anyway, I'm really surprised that 88 hasn't called spacing switch. I don't think he's called it a single time. Spacing switch, one of the most basic plays you can do from bunch that forces hard flats on both sides. We really haven't seen that play. We also really haven't seen motion cross post, which has the cross flat route as well. 4th and 8, we've seen a lot of this combo. It's not really on that great for him. We'll see if he goes to it again here. 4th and 8 from the 22. And not looking great for 88. I mean, cover 3 buzz, cover 3 cloud with the right switch stick has really kind of put him in a box here. And we're going to see that Tampa 3-ish, and 88's going to get saved. So again, I don't know why he's tried to go to the one-play touchdown so much. I mean, it's mainly because he knows that he's in cover 3. But notice here, you're going to get basically cover 2 with a mid-read, and then you're going to get the hook, and then the clouds at the sticks, basically here. 80 and you've kind of got a bag here, right? The throw is going to be here, but Drini's using on it. But unfortunately for him, the flag's not called yet. It just gets called. Somehow, illegal contact on Drini. And first down 88. First down 88 on the 38-yard line. It's a big first down. It's a big breath for 88. You're about to get stopped and really put yourself in a bad position, but the drive continues. Notice Drini pauses the game, probably to take a breath himself. I would assume he paused it, maybe to try to challenge it. Who knows? But I'm going to keep moving. 4 minutes and 24 seconds. left in the third quarter. 88, now you're going to see another sigh of relief here, outside zone. Just go to the run game, try to get a little something. The reason you saw so many people go to bunch spread nasty outside zone or bunch spread outside zone, any kind of outside zone, it's hard to shoot outside zone. It's a lot easier to shoot inside zone than outside zone from shotgun. Motion dig under call there, and he's going to just take his layup throw, the little baby drag underneath. Super good. It's like a speed drag that gets really good separation against man coverage. Going to go to the 0-1 trap at a Y off trio close, and now he's going to flip it, which means he basically has to run the ball. So he is planning to run the ball in third inches. Notice Drini's on the safety, trying to take away the run game, and it forces 88 to call timeout, right? It forces 88 to call a second half timeout, which you never want to call a second half timeout. And that's why, I don't know right there. Again, flipping into the run there, you never really want to run the ball like that on 3rd and inches unless they're giving you a good look for it. And he flipped from one run into the same run. And there we finally see spacing switch, and it's a completion for a first down. Ball on the midfield. And notice the flat didn't play it. Why didn't the flat play it? Because I believe they're 10-yard flats. So that's kind of the back and forth. What you should see is 88 start spamming spacing switch because clearly Drini's willing to give that up. But he's going to go to a draw here, get up to the 43-yard line, second down in 3, couple runs to really just get a sigh of relief, really just kind of try to get down there. The biggest thing for 88 on this drive is he needs to get a touchdown. He really needs to get a touchdown to make sure that he still stays in this game all the way throughout. So he's kind of playing fairly conservative with his calls here. Going to go to kind of a cool little dot almost, and he is going to throw it. It's actually a great switch stick by Drini. I want to highlight. So you get cover 3 buzz here. Notice that Drini is, what is this zone? Is this what is this zone? That's the second time he's called a zone like this. It must be a spy, or I don't know. I don't know what that is. Is that a hook that's shaded down, but it's playing lower than that guy? I don't know what that zone is. But anyway, here, notice what Drini does. So he kind of reads this pretty good, and he knows, 88's dialing up a little cover 3 beater to the left side. It's a kind of a cute little play because you get a corner out on the outside receiver. But basically what happens here is Drini kind of reads this, and he kind of like jabs, and then he goes up. It's a really advanced switch stick technique. He's going to kind of bluff, guard the corner, and then go up to the slot fade. Little bluff, go up, and you see Drini's facial expression because 88 threw it. 88's throwing an interception right there. But because of the throw to sack, didn't get the perfect timing on it. Didn't get the accuracy that he would have wanted. And so ends up just being an incompletion. 3rd and 3. Should see bunch shot and weak. This should be guaranteed hard flats from Drini. And he goes to the RPO read bubble, gets great blocking out of it, and talk about another sigh of relief, right? Just gets up good yardage, and that's going to put him in a 1st and goal or a red zone situation. All right, first down in 10 for Mr. Football 88. Notice where Drini's user a little bit more run shoot heavy here, but motion dig under, cover 3 buzz setup. And it looks like Drini goes kind of like a cover 3 buzz over here to the right side with like a quarter and a cloud over here. And so good read by 88, but he high points it, right? Probably anticipating that he's going to switch here and go guard it. Drini doesn't. And high points is trying to be a high percentage throw, but gets it inaccurate again. If he throws that normal, that's a touchdown. But if he throws that normal, he also is a little more susceptible to Drini maybe switch sticking onto the cloud and going and playing that route. Second down and 10 from the 16-yard line. Going to go to the play cross wheels. Drini's very own cross wheels play out of tight doubles. And going to get kind of a unique combo here. Scramble around with Milrow. Try to find something. Can't get an accurate pass. That's pretty common. The tight end was open, but it is kind of challenging in this game to get accurate passes on those. That's actually a pretty common thing where ball just kind of flies out of bounds just because the tight end's kind of in this no man's land and for whatever reason. But 3rd and 10, for Drini or for 88. Big opportunity here. Even if Drini holds him to 3, that's like significant, very very significant here. So 88 really needs 7. We'll see what ends up getting called. Double slot fade, drags, nothing there. Throw it away. You got to take a 3. It's a big. Let's take a look and just kind of take a look at the coverage that Drini goes to here. And it's really just cover 4. I mean, kind of. So you got cloud flat, quarter, quarter, outside quarter, and then really 2 hooks. 2 hooks here. And Drini's going to switch onto the hooks and carry anything he needs to. But notice, look, this is going to get open right here. But Drini is switching it. So, anyway, ultimately, 4th down. It's a big stop for Drini. Massive. And 88 should be taking us 3 here. He is going to. And it also kind of highlights the bend but don't break. Like, Drini has played excellent defensively this game. Like, you have kind of seen why he's considered a really good defensive player, right? If you were to list them from top to bottom, I think for most part you would have Henry, Drini, Dez. Those are 3 really good defensive players every single year. They're very good on the defensive side of the ball. 88's up there too, for sure, especially lately. He's been playing good defense as well. But Fancy was the top defensive player last year with switch stick and how good he was at it. So, anyway. All right, so about 7 minutes left in this ball game. Drini with the ball on the 40-yard line. He's already going to put shoe clock on. The reason why is this is literally a drive to win the game. You're going to see Drini's best stuff. And this is where 88 has to get a stop. Crazy cross your body throw from Drini to Sketch. Going to speed burst out of there with the Sketch. Trying to stiff arm. Probably not going to work out for you. He's got rather small arms. But he's going to get up to the 24. Now, honestly, that kind of helps 88. Because if you're 88, you want to make sure that you have plenty of time to be able to go out and answer whatever Drini ends up doing here. If you're Drini, the best case scenario really here is just getting a touchdown, and he's going to get it right there. That's a crazy play. Yeah, we haven't seen that move much this year. But basically, Drini, 88 is going to click off. Drini just jukes him. It's literally, I think it's like the left trigger juke, and it like cuts up field. I'm shocked that it worked, but it worked. He gets upfield on just a basic flat route. Boom. Touchdown, Drini. Now he has a 2-possession lead. So it's 17-6. And this is where it gets kind of, that's where the clock comes into play now. That's why Drini wanted to take some clock on this drive, because he knew if he got 7, 88 is pretty much out of the game here. He's not out of the game, but, depending on how this drive goes is going to determine where 88's at. If you're 88, you have to get 7 on this drive. If you take a field goal again, the game's pretty much over, because it's so easy for Drini to go get a field goal. So you pretty much have to have 7 on this drive. I would assume 88 will go for it every single down, trying to give himself the best possible chance to be able to get a touchdown. But this has been kind of the story of the game. We have seen this combination a ton. We have seen this combination a ton. With one little guy underneath. It's basically been 4 verticals every time with one underneath route. And I mean, look, what does Drini have to guard? Nothing. Nothing. Ends up getting kind of a late playmaker. Nice. But there's nothing really for him to guard. He guards the post and it's done. There's nothing else available. So I feel like 88 was really bomb happy, which is going to play into Dollar's hands. 88 also passed the ball a ton in this game, which 88's best way to victory is normally through a more balanced offense, running the ball, passing the ball with high efficiency. That's kind of what I've seen over the last couple of years. But when he gets bomb happy, it's normally not going to go well. See, I mean, look again. But I understand this situation is like he needs to get down there. But look at that slot fade, streak, slot fade, corner. Look at all the vertical routes, and of course he's going to hit one. Nope, he's not going to get it. Drini wants a pick there, but you kind of see. I mean, he's kind of, but it's very bomb happy. Very, very, very wants the big play. Wants to take top off defense. Pretty much regardless of consequence. 3rd and 10 from the 39-yard line. Kind of need a first down here. Also, just audibling around a ton. I do like this motion smash play. That's kind of cool. And nice scramble. Definitely, if you run wild trio week, you got to add that play to your arsenal. That's a nice little play. They have like motion plays, and when you audible to the motion play, if you put the receiver on a corner route, it'll think he's a slot receiver because that's where he's motioning to. All right, streak, slot, fade, post. Really nothing for him to guard. But Milrow going to scramble for 4. All right, 19 seconds. Base pass protection for 88. What most people will be using in this tournament is base pass pro. Going to audible to bunch that in. I bet we'll see a slot fade, a streak, and a slot fade. And we do. Another, and he catches him. And if you're Drini, this is terrible. I mean, as good a defense as you played all game, why go to this? Look what he calls. He calls it. It looks to me like it's cover 2. Why do you need to do that? I think it's the Tampa. It's the Tampa with the middle read. I mean, you just kind of put yourself in trouble. And now you're midpointing, and it's a nice job by 88. Really nice job by 88 there, making the right read between those two. And Drini just got a little, I feel like a little aggressive with that play call. I just don't feel like that, maybe he was expecting 88 to go to something there, but I still feel like that coverage was the right call for that situation. 88 going to go to 2 for a 2-pointer out of the Jags book. If you're looking for good 2-point plays in Jags, the 45 quick base is definitely not one of them. It's actually not bad, but normally you don't want to be running the ball in that situation. I'm really surprised you ran it. All right, so now you got about 5 minutes left. If you're Drini, a field goal puts you in a really strong position because it does put you up, even though it only puts you up by 1 possession, it does put you up 8. Now, if you watch the breakdown I did of Mr. Football 88 and Henry, you saw the negative to the going up 8 in terms of the overtime implications that it could mean. So ideally here, if you're Drini, you just go down and score. There's not a whole lot to super overthink here. If he goes down and scores a touchdown, a game is effectively over. But we'll see kind of how it ends up playing out. 88 back in that 4-down line set. And really, I mean, this is pretty, and he's going to get out of there with Mitchell. This should be a touchdown. Let's see, he's going to speed burst. Can't quite get it done, but he's going to get to the 13. Honestly, if you're 88, you're not even that mad at that because you have a chance for a red zone stop. You could hold the 3, and you give yourself plenty of time. But we'll see how this ends up going. But if you're Drini here, I mean, a touchdown is so important. You don't want to have to settle for 3. 2nd down to 9. Drini's going to put shoot clock on here. Try to get this clock down too while we're at it. Now, the other big factor is 88 only has 2 second-half timeouts because he wasted that 1. So that's a factor at play as well. And we're going to get drag. Nothing there. Notice Drini falls down with his quarterback because in Drini's mind, with how 88's been playing offensively, I feel like Drini probably knows in his head, I blew that last drive by getting a little too cute with the Tampa 3 in a situation where I didn't really need to go to it. So I think Drini knows in his mind like how he's going to play defense on the next drive to stop 88. That's why on 3rd and 21, you're just going to see a run here. He's just going to run the ball, and he's going to commit to, is he going to get out of there with Mitchell? He's going to get out of there with Mitchell and score a touchdown anyway, so it doesn't matter. Drini right there is conceding the 8-point lead He's about to kick it. Ends up getting just amazing, with the hard cut feature. And he's able to get a touchdown, putting him up 2 possessions, 3 minutes and 15 seconds left. We'll see what 88 has as one last gas. 2.5 power, kind of kicking it a little bit in the middle, trying to get into the landing zone and trying to make some plays here on the kickoff team. And 88 almost scampers out of there with Hester. Gets up to about the 35-yard line. Crazy run from Drini. I mean, talk about a big run. That's a big moment in this tournament, especially in a semifinal game. I believe the winner of this game or the loser of this game leaves the tourney with 100,000, and the winner basically gets to 150,000, and then the finals is put to either 150, and we're going to get a switch stick pick, and that should be it. So back up the film here real quick one time. So you go to this motion out a lot, right? So what you're going to get here, third, outside third, cloud. Looks like a little double flat or maybe a low hook. But basically here, you're getting kind of the soft squat or matching zone. Could be very well could be a soft squat. I don't know what it is off the top of my head. It could be a quarter even, the way it's kind of matching vertically here. But the general thing here is this is what 88's been doing, right? A lot of vertical threats. Drini switches onto the low zone because he knows that 88 only throws to playmaker this guy. 88 does playmaker him. 88 does throw it. And Plaxico Burris able to get a switch stick pick and able to get up to the 36-yard line. Again, 88 only has 2 second half timeouts. It does. Okay, so it looks like 88's in dime normal. My bad. I thought it was dime normal. I'm really shocked that he's running dime normal for his bread. But he is. Basically, dime normal, I would assume we're running that because we want to run match coverage and switch and have a symmetrical look. But, yeah, I mean, Drini hasn't been under a ton of pressure with him being dime normal this game. However, really good run defense there, 3rd and 13. All right, so if you're Drini here, you're up 2 possessions, but a field goal doesn't really help you. You're still up 2 possessions, so you kind of want to get going here. He's going to go to Beckham. Honestly, I would go for this. We'll see what he decides to do, but I would think he goes for this here. Drini, 88 just called his last time out, so if you get this, you're in a really good spot. A field goal only puts you up 15, which is still 2 possessions. Now, granted, he's going to need touchdowns, but I feel like you're not at that big of a... I don't know. I feel like going for this is not a bad decision. See if he goes for it. He's definitely looking at it. Going to go streak, crosser, running back, speed route, wide open, missed it. And that's going to be it. He's going to get stopped. So let's see what 88's able to cook up here. $1 for Drini. One last gas here for 88. You need to score, and you need an onside kick. Got 15 slot fades on the field. Now you should see Drini, and he does right there, just go to cover 4 drop. You should see him just go to cover 4 drop pretty much every time. With the fact that he has no timeouts, the fact that he's down 2 touchdowns, this should be a pretty clean end of game scenario here for Drini. 88 trying to cook up a real big boy dot with that corner. And switched on to it. It's going to be 3rd and 9. Guess he didn't go out of bounds. Oh, no, Drini calls a timeout. Okay. 3rd and 9 here. Going for this super slot fade with the backside curl. And then low reads over here on the left side. And Ed Reed picks it off. And that should be it. He's going to need a first down, though. He's 2 minutes and 4 seconds. I would honestly throw the ball here. But Drini's going to run stretch. Notice that Drini's run of choice is this deuce close stretch with the Keaton Mitchell Ravens card. Drini is rocking a Ravens theme team, by the way. 50 Ravens. Mitchell out of there. First down. And Drini going to go ahead and just put the controller down. And they will concede this one out. I want to thank you guys for watching this breakdown. I hope that you found some value in it. If you enjoy these breakdowns, I have a ton more on my channel and encourage you to check them out.